Dreaming of studying in the UK but worrying about the costs? Don't worry, I've got you covered. In this video, I'm breaking down the top scholarships currently available for international students in the UK, including their benefits, the eligibility, and how to apply successfully. So stick around if you'd like to learn how to reduce the financial burden, but also make your dreams of studying in the UK come true. If you're new, I'm Ashika and I talk about moving across the world to study or to work, and with that, let's dive in. Now, the UK offers numerous scholarships to attract talented international students, making education accessible despite the high tuition and living costs. Now, these scholarships are common, especially for postgraduate and UG courses, but competition is fierce due to high demand. Scholarships are widely available with offerings from the UK government, universities, and external organizations. According to recent statistics, tens of thousands of scholarships are awarded annually across various levels of study, especially for master's and PhD programs. Some scholarships target students from specific regions or countries, such as the Commonwealth nations or Chevening partner countries. Now, the exact numbers vary, but schemes like the Chevening scholarships award around 1,500 scholarships annually. University-specific scholarships such as the Clarendon Fund at Oxford and the Gates Cambridge Scholarship also support hundreds of students every year. Some famous scholarship students in the UK also include Dr. Manmohan Singh and Bill Clinton. Now, many universities have multiple scholarships with diverse programs for amounts ranging from a partial fee waiver to full coverage of tuition and living expenses. Now, because this is such a diverse field, there are different types of scholarships that are offered in the UK that we must first discuss. There are merit-based scholarships. They reward academic achievements and outstanding performance. There's also need-based scholarships designed for students who require financial assistance. There's government scholarships funded by the UK government targeting specific countries or fields of study. There's also university-specific scholarships offered directly by UK universities. There are external organization scholarships provided by private institutions or charities. Understanding the type of scholarship that fits your need is the first step towards winning one. The ideal time to apply for scholarships depends on the scholarship, but it generally falls between September and January for programs starting in the following academic year. To give you an idea of the timeline, for government scholarships, applications usually open in August and September and close in November. For university scholarships, deadlines vary but mostly align with applications for university programs, typically between December and March. And then there's external scholarships, then the deadlines are often set by the funding organization but can range from early in the year to late spring. Now, a tip here is to start preparing your documents 6 to 12 months in advance. This would include your personal statement, your reference, and your proof of eligibility. Now, before I move on, something you should know is that when you get to the UK, you will have to find housing. And student housing in the UK is nothing short of a challenge, because there's a huge housing crisis going on. The other challenge is that good student accommodation often gets booked months in advance, which is why you should definitely check out Amber. Amber is a great website to look out for student accommodation that offers accommodation across all price points. So if you book your accommodation now, you can save a lot of money versus the UCAS times. And the deal with early booking is that you can actually find places closer to your university if you book early. And just in case you don't get a visa or your acceptance from the university, there are lots of properties from which you can get a refund with your deposit protection scheme. So you have nothing to worry about. Now, if you'd like to know more, I will leave the link in the description below. Now, at the moment, these are the scholarships available to study in the UK. There's the Warwick International Global Excellence Scholarship. It includes 15 full awards, 70 half-fee awards, and 10 £2,000 awards. The deadline to apply is the 29th of March, and it includes only the Warwick University. In order to be eligible, you have to be self-funded. International students, you should have applied for a full-time UG course at the University of Warwick before the UCAS deadline. Next up is the Commonwealth Scholarships. The scholarships include full tuition, airfare, monthly stipend, and study-related costs. It basically covers master's and PhD programs, and the deadline for this is December. To be eligible, you have to be at one of the partner institutes in the UK. In terms of eligibility, it includes students from Commonwealth countries based on academic merit and development goals. At number 3, we have the Gates Cambridge Scholarship. The value includes the full cost of studying at Cambridge plus additional funding for dependents. It includes academic and professional development opportunities. Now, the deadline for this is early January. And the university is obviously only Cambridge. To be eligible, you have to have outstanding academic ability and leadership potential. Next up, we have the Great Scholarships. They offer scholarships worth $10,000 towards tuition fees, and over 200 scholarships will be offered across 70 universities. It supports one-year master's programs, and the deadline varies depending on your university, so you will have to check accordingly. It has around 40 universities participating in this, and the eligibility includes students from specific countries, so you would have to check whether your country falls under this list or not. At number 5, we have the University of Westminster scholarships, and the value is from £3,000 to £5,000. The scholarship includes living costs and airfare in select cases. The deadline for this part fee scholarship for postgraduates is the 22nd of November, but the deadline for Postgraduate Excellence Awards and International Sporting Excellence Awards is June 2025. Now, this covers the University of Westminster. And to be eligible, you have to be a high academic performer, have financial needs, or being excellent at sporting. And number 6 is the Clarendon Scholarships. They offer full tuition and a generous stipend for living expenses. They support master's and PhD programs. The deadline is December or Jan and includes the University of Oxford. To be eligible, you have to have academic excellence and a potential impact in your field. And number 7 is the Wiedenfeld-Hoffmann Scholarship and Leadership Program. They offer full tuition and stipend for living expenses, or at least £19,237. And they offer support for master's and PhD programs. The deadline is December or January. It includes the University of Oxford. And once again, to be eligible, you have to be academically extremely sound. Now let's talk about how to apply for the scholarship. Remember, deadlines are strict and you'll need time to gather your documents. Tailor personal statements for each scholarship. Also remember to ask recommendations from your professors or your employers. And remember to highlight how your studies will benefit your community or field. Avoid any disqualification by reading the statements and requirements carefully. Remember, scholarships are competitive, but with preparation and persistence, you can definitely win one of them. I hope that was helpful. Drop a comment below if you have any questions, and thanks for watching.